I also like to sing solo. So low you can't hear me.
Hey, you
I need headphones. You have headphones?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you yours.
So, welcome to my little corner of YouTube. If you don't know me, I am a pianist from Cape Town, South Africa, and I've been making piano tutorials since mid 2020. Yeah, sharing my experience as well. And actually, when I was making this video, I was asking myself, why am I making this video? Firstly, I actually really love watching videos like this from other people, other artists, because I feel like it inspires me and it allows me to be, in a sense, because sometimes you think it's like, why am I even posting stuff, like, why are you trying to show your life, but I want to. I want to. And I'm not gonna lie, I've really, really been loving your guys' support and engagement on my channel. I'd love to reach 10k subscribers by the end of the year. That was one of my goals for 2023. I didn't get there, but I'm not gonna lie, YouTube wasn't my main focus last year, but I'm gonna try my utmost best to bring you killer content this year, okay? And one of those contents, I think, is telling you about my trip to New York to record my second album, Lit. That was like the ultimate dream for me, honestly. It was all expenses paid. And to help you understand why it was such a pivotal point for me, why it was so important for me, I have to take you way back. Let's just go way back. So I started jazz studies in 2014. And when I started jazz studies, I had only been playing classical music. Now, mind you, in high school, we did have like a jazz band and whatnot, but we didn't really get into the harmony and everything. Like, all the charts were written out. All you had to do was read, like you would in classical music, right? So I can't really equate that with having done a type of jazz study in high school. So let's just take that out. I was classically trained. So I had a bit of a tussle in jazz school because of that, but also because at the time, and I'm hoping it's different now, at the time when I studied at my college, I personally just feel there was an air of like jazz is unattainable, or I don't know, it just felt really hard to reach. And I don't feel like me personally, I was taught the way that I had wanted or needed. Mind you, I was fresh out of high school, so I probably had a childish mentality, not grasping all of the information and taking it, It was invaluable information that I was getting, but at the same time, I think I needed to be taught in a more specific way. And I guess that's the reason why I make my tutorials, because I guess sometimes you wish you were taught in a certain way, and so you want to make sure that people get things the way that you would hope to have got, I mean, something as simple as, and something that I talk about a lot in my beginner jazz tutorials, is this thing of, like the diatonic major series, playing chords, playing the scale as chords, I didn't even learn that at jazz school. But hey, it is what it is. There's a lot that I learned there. Third year, I started to take the matter into my own hands, because I realized, jazz school is not really my mother. It's not going to take my hand and say, come, my child, this is how you do things. It's like, it was what it was. That's the only explanation that I have. But in any case, I started to transcribe the pianists that I really loved, artists like Horace Silver, McCoy Tyner. I started to listen to Moses Mulelekwa, Bekim Seleko, and somehow when I was at jazz school, there was something in my mind where I thought I needed a type of a permission to sound the way that I do. I don't know, it was like we were chasing after a certain sound. And as I'd said earlier, it felt like things were unattainable, It felt like jazz was far. And I actually didn't like that concept. Just to quickly go off on a tangent, I didn't like that concept because jazz has roots in community. And that's one of the reasons why I loved the music. And so jazz school was taking a bit of the love that I had for this music as well. But in any case, I started transcribing people that I loved, and I really got into the thing. I started to develop my own voice. I started to play more. And one of the things that I loved about jazz school is that I still play with some of the people that I studied with. So, there was kind of a network that I got into and everything. In 2017, some of the people that I was studying with, we traveled to Oslo for the Oslo Jazz Festival. There was a showcase for the youth and whatnot. So we played in that showcase. And fast forward, 2020, I released my first album, my debut album. And in the following year, 2021, I got the award for Best Female Jazz Artist by the Mzansi Jazz Awards, as well as Best Jazz Song, which was voted for. That awarded me the opportunity to play at Dizzy's in New York, which was honestly, I can't even tell you how much that was such a dream for me. I can't say I ever had that thing of I really want to go to America. I never really had that dream. But being someone who studied jazz music, having to read writings about jazz, about people playing in certain clubs in the city, there's a part in me that always knew that I was going to coincide with that environment. I had to. But I always prayed that my music took me there, and not just to go there, just to visit, but I wanted to be part of the scene to an extent. So that happening for me in 2023 was one of the most exciting things. It was really exciting for me. And the person who had facilitated my trip and the performance then invited me to record my album. We then recorded what was last year, December. It's now January 2024. In December 2023, we recorded in New Jersey, at a studio in New Jersey, with pretty much the same band that I played with at Dizzy's. And man, it's honestly sounding so beautiful. No, like a stack, yeah. Just so that it gives a little bit of difference between that last verse into the chorus section. So I'll do the second stack of the same thing now. Oh. Oh, there's a pickup there, I forgot. Maka onke ezinyembezi esisthembiso la la lile omihla yonke maka onke. I feel like personally my playing has settled a little bit into what I think it should sound like, what I want it to sound like. Bit by bit, it's getting there. I got to work with amazing people. The chemistry of the band was really good. Yeah, if you're watching this from New York, I just want to say I really love your city. I love my city. I love Cape Town and I love South Africa. There's no place like this place. But it's really hard to get me out of Cape Town. Like, you have to drag. You have to drag me. But New York really just felt there's a certain element of home. It kind of reminded me of home in a way, but also especially being a musician. The energy there is really nice, and it's probably a place that I could see myself living there for a while. I really, really enjoyed it, and currently we're in the process of mixing the album. I'm not gonna lie, first album compared to second album, first album I had to do a lot of redoing, patching, especially because there was a lot of vocal in the first album, and I was less prepared because I was coming straight out of college. Like I said, I was really living like the college life, you know, just gigging, music, everything, jam session, like this, that, and the other. And so when I got into studio, I was like, guys, I just have this music, can we just record it? Like, I didn't really have a direction, you know. I didn't even have a title, like, it was just all over the place. But this second album, I really feel like I put my heart in it. Not just the music, like, my music always has my heart, but the arranging, I was a little bit more specific with what I wanted. It was way more clean, not a lot of editing that needs to be done. It's straight to the point. I feel like it's way more mature than my first album. It's pretty much a reflection of how far I've come, and this is why I guess this trip for me was also such a poignant trip. It was full circle moment, pretty much. I was going to record a second album anyway, but being able to record it in a place that I always wanted to go to, always saw myself coinciding with one way or another, was just like a true testament of God, first of all. I really wish I could tell you the title of the album, but I don't think I want to share that yet, and what the album is about. But just know that if you are keen on hearing music that is, what did Christian Scott say? Music with nutritional value. This one is going to be for you. Yeah, it's just authentic. If I enjoyed it, then there's somebody that's going to enjoy. You know, that's what they say, I guess. You have to, love your own stuff, enjoy your own stuff, and other people will too. As I said, I enjoy connecting with artists. If you're an artist in New York watching this, if you're an artist in Cape Town watching this, you want to meet up, let's link up. I feel like I'm in such a good space, to interact with people and network some more, and just talk about like this journey of being a musician. We don't often get to hear a lot of personal stories and whatnot, and trust me, it's not actually easy sharing yourself online, and I wish I could share more, but you obviously don't want to get too personal, but I really try my best to show you and tell you what I can. I would love to hear from musicians. I'd love to hear from musicians in Cape Town, in South Africa, from the States, I guess anywhere, period. I'm definitely going to be going back, whether it is for work or to live. I just had a good experience, and I just feel like my life is a little bit more settled. I think I'm a little bit better at making decisions for myself personally and musically, and I know what I want these days. So yeah, I look forward to sharing more with you about the album, and please get excited for the album, because if you love jazz music, if you love South African jazz music especially. I think you're going to appreciate this. As I said, in 2024, I am going to really try to bring really, really good content this year. So if you want to see more of this type of content, please hit the like button, hit the sub button, because honestly, it's just going to get better. Maybe not even better, but it's just going to continue. I'm going to continue giving you the things. So yeah. And again, I really appreciate you guys supporting me. Thank you to the people who have remained on my Patreon. And thank you for all of you who put such beautiful comments. I always look forward to the comments because you guys are just so supportive. And I'm actually really happy that my tutorials help you, because you guys let me know that they really help you. And that was the point. The point of my tutorials were to break down things that are seemingly difficult into a more logical way of explaining it, to say, hey, you can do this, you know. It's not unattainable, as I had used that word earlier. So I'll continue giving you, and I also want to just point out, when I choose tutorials, I get a lot of requests, but sometimes I can't do the request because based on my analysis of the data of, you know, my engagement on YouTube, I always check my YouTube studio. Sometimes when someone makes a request, I don't really see that it's something that people are going to be wanting to watch. So sometimes when I look at your requests, I consider, is this something that may be useful to a large number of people? But sometimes, you know, if I really like your request, I just do it anyway. So throw the request at me. I really hope I can get to it. And thank you so much for your support thus far. Again, please let me know where you're at in your music in the comments. Email me. I've got an artist email in the description. And yeah, I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.